All right guys, what is going on? This is going to be just a super simple short video, mainly informational on how to swap out your fluid for your WRX 2015 Plus V8 chassis transmission fluid. So all you got to do is get the car jacked up or on a lift. It's easier if you are jacked up to take off the front mount or the top mount intercooler. If you are on a lift, you don't need to worry about that. We can get right to this here. I've already popped it up a little bit, as you can see. So you check your fluid levels. This is your dipstick for your transmission fluid. We can go ahead and set this aside. So you're gonna need a T70 Torx bit, which we have right here. And you can see it says T70. You're also gonna need, for this vehicle, you're gonna need 75 W90 GL5. It has to be GL5 and it has to be 75 W90. This customer chose Mobile One, so that's what we're gonna go ahead and put into this car. So let's get to it. All right, so you wanna wear a glove for this part just because, especially if the car's been running, it's gonna be a little warm, and also this stuff can be pretty toxic to your skin. It also smells really bad, so we're gonna go ahead and empty this out here. It is still pretty hot. There you go. And that is your transmission fluid. And we will let that drain, and once that's completely drained, then we'll go ahead and start refilling. Okay, and while everything's draining out, we can actually take a look at the bottom of the drain plug here, and you actually can see the metal shavings that come off of your transmission. This is totally normal, but if you start seeing giant chunks, then you might want to be a little bit concerned, but otherwise this is normal. He hasn't actually changed this out for about 60,000 miles, so it looks okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to just clean that off there, get rid of all of that metal shaving, and we're going to go ahead and put it back into the car now that everything's drained out, and then we'll refill it. And we're just going to go ahead and screw this back in here. It should thread right in, and then we'll take our T70 Torx bit and make sure we give it plenty of torque. Make sure it's nice and torqued on there, that way it's not leaking. And now we can go ahead and begin the refill process. Okay, so we're gonna open up our Mobile One here. This is that 75 W90 we were talking about. And we're gonna go ahead and insert our pump and start pumping this into the car. All right, so now that we got it all filled up with 3.5 quarts, which is what the WRX takes, we can put the dipstick back in and check our levels. So let's do that now. All right, so taking a look at it, it's kind of right along the F there. It's hard to see, but it's right where it was before we took it out. It ends right about right there. So it's definitely in the full zone, and that's where it was when we when we were getting ready to replace the transmission fluid. So we're in good shape. We got the T70 Torx bit torqued back on there. So let's go ahead and put this back in, and she's good to go. And that right there is how you do a swap on the transmission fluid for a 2015 Plus WRX.